So the Cricut did all of the hard work for you, which is really exciting. You could see that you've got, Kevin just had a bigger piece of paper underneath his, which doesn't really matter, but it started to make all of the cuts for you. If you missed a little glue in a spot, totally doesn't matter today. You could always go back in and lift it up a little bit and put a little extra rubber cement under there. Totally fixable and totally easy. Okay. So here's your job today. We're going to just do peeling. That's pretty much it. And then we're going to mount it to a piece of cardboard. And then I just wrap it in, this is plastic, we call it acetate. So that's our plan to pretty much wrap up our assignment here. So, excuse me. I also printed out like a black and white version for you because it's kind of confusing to just look at this cut piece and be like, okay, what am I going to peel away? Like, it's kind of confusing. So the idea is that we need to peel away whatever is white on my printed version. So there's a lot of different Cricut tools you can use. I don't have like multiples of them, but I found like a paper clip. If you just like open it like that, works out pretty nicely. So I would suggest to you to start with like something big and obvious, like your background usually. So if we look at the background here, it's probably a big giant piece, and we can start by removing that. So that's like right along here. And chances are you probably don't have to put a ton of effort into removing it. You can use the paper clip to kind of help pry it, and there is going to be glue left. That's pretty normal. Hopefully it cuts through everything, but sometimes there may be a little bit of a struggle, but whee! I'm going to end up just ripping that into two pieces just so it's a little easier on my hands. And I just like slowly peel away. Whee! So background is a great, hand out of the way. I'll rotate it like that. It's a great place to start. Fortunately, his didn't cut very well here. That's okay. You have to go in and do like a little bit of kind of a tear and pull. That may happen. You can even go back in with an X-Acto if we had to too. And you'll notice there's still some glue residue, so that's why we wrap it in plastic at the end, so that stuff isn't as obvious. The nice part is, honestly, with rubber cement, it's meant to be removable and rub away. So it got a little chunky in some spots here, like you can see this one's, it's pretty shiny and thick. So you can actually go in, and a lot of times you can just work on it like this. So it's a solid, you can just sort of rub it away, which is really nice. Okay. So let's turn him the correct way again and look at him again. So what are some other parts that would be white paper that I would remove on the red version? Yeah, like let's start with like perhaps like his forehead, because that's like a big, like, most people's foreheads in these pictures were empty spaces. So you can kind of bend the paper back a little bit. If you're having a problem picking up a corner, I usually bend it a little bit and start to peel it back. Ooh, he got some black paper on there. So that had a little black on there. So I'm going to try a different area. And you can pick underneath it with your paper clip and just slowly peel it back. You're never really going to have like super clean lines because the pictures don't have clean lines. So that's the best part. And if you don't want to rip it in one piece, don't rip it in one piece. That's fine. And you're going to just take your time keeping on removing it and kind of referring back to this piece about what you should be removing. Okay. That's our goal for today. I don't know if we'll get it glued today. That would be nice. But that is our goal. When you have excess, you could throw that stuff in the trash when you're totally done. Ooh, that one's done. And then I would say today before we leave, we're going to just make sure that we go in on our rubber cement, rub away with our finger, get rid of the excess. Pro tip, I had like some other art supplies on my hand from Art One. I think I had charcoal on my hands, and then it got on my project. So you want to just make sure you don't have like something like dirt or charcoal or something that would rub off on your project. So no rush. We're just trying to get it done. Take your time. You're probably not going to get every little speck because you can tell there's some really tiny little baby pieces on here. And I totally understand, and I 100% respect that. We're looking for the big, chunky pieces that we want to get rid of. We want to make sure that our features stay. So we want to definitely avoid peeling away our features. We're looking to peel away most of our face skin and most of our background. You'll probably have some like neck areas that you're going to remove as well too. Okay. So just take your time. And even if you peel away a little too much or you start to peel something and you're just like, oh gosh, I wasn't supposed to peel that, we can always glue it back down. It's very forgiving. Okay. Do you have any questions so far? Okay, I'm excited for you. So I think